Hey, 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 I'm back. YouTube good or evil? The YouTubers are constantly being harassed. I mean, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it out there, because whether you know it or not, YouTubers are not safe. Why? Because no matter what you report on the forum, the YouTube administrators are never going to do anything about it. Never. They look at you as a lower form of life. Why? Because you may have a free account. I mean, the only way they even look halfway at you is if you have a paid account or you're monetized or anything like that. I mean, even when you're monetized and you report stuff, it don't always happen like that. I'm telling you. I mean, I've been on YouTube for a while, and I'm gonna tell you, when it comes down to it, YouTube do not. They do not and will not. Um, they will not take care of their people. They don't. And it's always something. It's always something. It's like, okay, YouTube will do this. Instead of re- instead of your report uh, meeting a human, you get the AI. The AI is not going to do anything. Why? Because it's governed by humans. And the humans decide, well, we're not going to do anything because, well, we don't have to. Why? Because it doesn't matter to us. It's not happening to us. It's not happening to our children. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. That's the main thing I'm trying to, get. I mean, nix all this drama stuff, all this kid stuff. I mean, put that to the back burner. All I'm saying is YouTube don't give about you. They don't care nothing about you. They will you will be harassed, and that's just it. I mean, they will they'll get your report and they'll put it to the bottom of the pile. By the time you see any action from it, you'll be too darn old to really enjoy being on the forum. I mean, come on, let's let's put it out there. I mean, YouTube, good or evil? Yeah, YouTube can be good for post seeing movies and stuff like that on. Yeah, but broadcasting on and making content for it and stuff like that, no. Why? Because the YouTube people don't care about you, especially the CEO of YouTube, which I know these reports probably get to his desk. He probably makes paper airplanes out of them and throws them across the room, stuff like that. I mean, people write these reports. Why? Because they're supposed to. Why? Because that's what you do. When someone harasses you, you tell YouTube about it, and hope that they do something. YouTube is not going to do squat. You might as well just be by yourself when it comes down to it, and when it comes down to other things too. I mean, like YouTube says how it's a good thing for people to make content. You know, my buddy Colin Reisenauer got his channel taken away unjustly because of YouTube. Yes, YouTube took his channel down unjustly. They act like they were going to help him, and then they didn't. They forgot all about him and stuff. Yeah, they forgot all about him. Forget about Colin. Forget about him. He's not important. Even though he was making content for them for years. But he gets no consideration for nothing. He don't deserve that. He don't deserve it. I mean, look at DD Live Studios. DD Live Studios has been making content for them for years also. I mean, he gets the raw end of the deal. I mean, a really raw end. Big shout out to DD Live Studios. Gets the raw end of it. But then DD always seems to rise up above it. Because that's the kind of person he is. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I don't care what nobody say, dude. I don't care what nobody say. It's just like this. I didn't do anything. Nobody, nobody's, you know, on me for anything. And this is the thing. This is the thing right here. People say they don't like my content, but they watch it constantly. Yes, they watch it. They say, "Oh, we don't like your content," but you're watching it. That's the thing. And then you say, "Oh, your content is so inflammatory," and you report it, you flag it, stuff like that. But then, did it ever occur to you that the content may not be, like that. It may not be inflammatory like you think. It may just be because YouTube decided they don't want to hear the truth. They don't like to hear the truth because YouTube is a company that undercuts its people, that does things like, unless you're paying for it, they don't care about you. You're not even safe on the platform anymore. It's like, forget about you. They don't care. You know, you're just there, to give them money. That's the bottom line. You know, in other words, unless you have a really big paid account, you're basically on your own. Really. And it's a shame because YouTube is such a nice form. You meet all different kind of people. You see all different kind of content from different creators. But here you go. YouTube, good or bad, it boils down to this: nature versus nurture. YouTube's nature is the bottom line. The bottom line is the buck. You know, that's the thing, the buck. But you know what? The buck is not all that it is. I mean, like, they say, "Oh, we're going to protect this person. We're trying to protect you." No, you're not protecting anybody. Yeah, because basically you're not. Basically, you're not. You're not protecting DD Live Studios. You didn't protect Colin. You know, every time we report something, it goes by the wayside. Nothing is ever done about it. YouTube is a company ran by money-hungry morons, and I'm not taking it back because it's the truth. The dollar is the bottom line. That's the truth, you know, and that's the truth. It's just that simple, cut and dry. But then, hey, you people already know that. You know, DD Live Studios even knows that. Yeah, he does. You know, he makes his edit. He does it. He makes his content. He don't say nothing to nobody. But yet and still, hey, there it is, right there, right there. You know, it's right there that it's so right. It's so in front of your face. You can't help but it smacks you right in the face. You know, It's always something. And YouTube is, I don't know, man. It's just like any other media company. They don't care about you. You're constantly under fire by other people, and they don't do anything for you. And there you go. Hey, DJ DD Phantom Protectors, how you doing, boy? Yeah, and I'm back. But this is the thing, though. YouTube, they're a bunch of money hungry morons, man. They get your money, they don't protect you. You're just done. You can't afford it. You know what I mean? You can't afford it. And then it's always something. You know, Didi didn't deserve what's happening to him. Colin doesn't deserve what's happening to him. I'm calling attention to it because it's constantly happening. Even on Instagram, people accounts are being deleted for no reason at all. And it gotta stop. It got to stop. I mean, Didi Live Studios, he's being persecuted for something he's never done. I mean, the guy ain't like that. That's one thing. I mean, it takes a lot of energy to be like that. He ain't got the energy. He's working hard, trying to support his family. He's trying to he's trying to take care of himself, trying to take care of his family, caring for his aunt, caring for elderly relatives, disabled relatives, stuff like that. He don't need all this stuff. He don't need it. But yet still, the people that govern YouTube don't care. They don't. They don't give a whisk about you. And then they want to put copyright strikes on everything, warnings on everything. You. I mean, it's like they'll put a copyright strike on this video. I know they will, but I don't care because you know what? It's the truth. It's the truth. Anybody who knows DD Los Studios knows that this is the truth. They don't care about you at all. Didi, tell them, man, they don't care about us. Broadcasters, they don't care about us. They don't look for us. They don't look out for us. You know, yeah, yeah, they see individuals doing wrong. They see individuals doing wrong. Hey, is that? Hey, look at her. Hey, look at her. I know exactly what I'm gonna do for you. I know exactly what I'm gonna do for you. Hey, but yeah, Wolf Dreams. Hey, Wolf Dreams, how you doing? Yeah, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How you doing? Yes, sir. I'm just gonna say like this. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care about y'all. They don't care about us as a whole. That's right. They don't. They remove these channels. If you cared, you would remove these criminals like channels. Yeah, you would remove them. And they don't care. That's the thing. These guys can do a lot. These guys do a lot of wrong with these channels, and they don't care. They don't care. And see, he tries to do the right thing to care for his family. He basically tries to do everything right that he can do. But only one man can do but so much. Only one man can do but so much. 3D Live Studios, man, still shaking. Oh, what? Oh, damn, man. I hope you feel better. Seriously, Wolf Dreams, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better, Wolf Dreams. You don't deserve that. All I'm saying is this, man. You don't deserve it. And it's not right that you're constantly badgered, you know, by people. You know, you're constantly irritated by people on and off of YouTube. I mean, it's not right, you know? And I'm glad you guys showed up. I mean, people, people in general, me in general, I look at though like this. YouTube has been doing this stuff for a while. It's not second nature to them. They're doing it and they're doing it with impunity. You know, and listen, and here's the thing. No matter what you do, you know, you're always going to be under fire from somebody. Even if you didn't do anything, even if you did. So what? I mean, YouTube is not the police. YouTube is not, I mean, they're not the end all be all of the universe. That's what I'm saying. There are other forms that you can go on to and broadcast and be monetized that are better than YouTube. But what I'm saying is, YouTube, all they care about is the money. They don't care about you. YouTube, all they care about is money, not caring about its creators or anything. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they allow people to dox other folks. They allow people to, you know, put other people's information on YouTube. They don't stop anything from happening. Nothing. But yet and still, they want us to report everything. Why? Why should we report stuff? I mean, well, I mean, which is already, I mean, doxing people was already against the guidelines, but no, you guys don't even enforce that. You guys say that you want to enforce the rules, but you don't. You guys say you're going to enforce the rules, but you don't. Yeah, I know all about you. You don't enforce your own rules. How are you going to say you enforce the rules when I know you don't? That's right, you don't. That's right. YouTube claims that they enforce the rules, but they don't. They don't do anything. It's like you report it, and it gets to them about a month or a year later, and then by the time they do that, statute of limitations is over. They don't even want to broach the subject anymore. You know, it's a dead issue. Well, today, here, now, is not a dead issue. It's not going to be a dead issue here. YouTube, good or evil, it's just like any other form. I mean, YouTube has its good things. Yeah, you get to watch movies. Yeah, you get to watch free movies and stuff like that. You know, you get to put your music on here. Yeah, you do that. But then you get people who come on here just to make content, have a good time with their friends. They can't even do that because you got a bunch of other people who want to mess with them, want to cause them problems, want to give them a hard way to go. I mean, like me, I've been called racial slurs. I've been threatened. I've been, on here, and they don't even do anything about it. And I know the moderators see everything, but they don't act on it. No, they never do. Until they do act on it, I'm going to keep broaching this. I'm going to keep broaching this because this subject needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed by us. If not anyone else, by us as YouTubers. We should address this. You know, we should address this and get it out in the open, for everybody to see. If they're not going to do anything, let's get it out there for everybody to see. That's why I'm doing the stream right now, to get it out. As creators, we all should address this. Not just me, all of us should. As creators, we have a responsibility to address this because this is a safety issue. This is a safety issue, and it shouldn't be swept under the rug because some YouTube official is late for a golf game or late for a date or late to put his child to bed or late to do. No, you have a responsibility to us, YouTube, as our mother company. You are supposed to protect us. You are supposed to see that we have a safe forum to use. That's right. You're supposed to see that we're safe. You're supposed to make sure that the younger viewers are safe. But you don't. You only enforce the rules when it suits you. When it looks good on your daily quarter review, right? Where the money changes hands. Admit it. Admit it. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. You know it's true. Why do you think that the YouTube CEO and the YouTube moderation board won't do anything about it? It's a money issue. They're not going to do anything about it. And I think we all should broach this. DD La Studios. Yeah, I think we should broach it. I think this is a subject that's worth talking about. That's worth discussing. Overall, this matter should not be swept under the rug, and it's not going to be. And I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody does something about this matter. That's right. I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna keep broaching this particular subject. This is going to become my main subject because YouTube refuses to do anything. I see it time after time. Jeffrey Strojan was harassed for 2 years. YouTube never did anything about it. Popcorn Willie, he was harassed for 1 year and 6 months. They never did anything about it. DD Live Studios have been harassed for years now, couple years now, and they never did anything about it. The most they'll do is tell them, "Oh, you should file for harassment and stuff like that." But then, you know what? At the end of the day, we all know that YouTube is not going to do anything about it. We all know at the end of the day, YouTube is it's like the police. The police are non-existent. You may call the police. They'll get to you like in a couple of years, a couple months, a couple weeks, you know. By then you'll end up dead, but hey, therein lies the rub. And it's just like YouTube. Just like YouTube. So I'm not calling YouTube to deal with something. I'm bringing something to light that all of us see, but only I'm willing to address. It's the fact that YouTube itself, our parent company, ain't worth the money it took to run it because they're not doing anything to help us. They're not doing anything about our reports. We reported things to them, reported things to other people, and they don't do anything. They allow fabricated evidence to happen. They allow doxing of people's private information overall. They allow people to be harassed in their homes, and they don't do anything. Nothing. But yet still they want to charge people for the companies. Oh, YouTube is such a good company. Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys show good movies. I'll give you that. Your AI ain't worth nothing. Your mediation team ain't worth nothing. I've dealt with them before. They're not worth nothing. You know, they're so not worth nothing. I'm not even going to use profanity when I'm talking about you because you're not worth it. You know who you are. Yeah, you know who you are. You don't care about nobody, and you say, "Oh, you should report that. Oh, you should report this." What's the use? What is the use in reporting anything? I mean, hell, it's like reading the Harry Potter book. You may read it, you don't believe what you're seeing, what is written on the page. You know, you're halfway reading it, and you don't believe what's on the page. But you're having a great time reading this book, but you're not believing anything it's saying. But then, hey, there it goes. There it goes. I mean, I just say it like this. If YouTube was a television company, it would go bankrupt because its CEO mediation team ain't worth squat. You know? And they say, oh, we got all these broadcasters with paid accounts and we could do we can do what we want because we're at YouTube and we're owned by this millionaire and he can do whatever he wants. Yeah, you can only do whatever you want to a point. To a point. Even YouTube has to answer to somebody high up. You know? But there you go. There you go. You don't care about nothing. But then, hey, that's what YouTube does. They don't care about nothing. They never will care about nothing. They are nothing. You know? And it amazes me. Yes, I'm using your form. I'm using your form to call attention to you. Yes, I am. I'm using your own company to call attention to you. I'm going to make you liable for what you do. I'm putting it all out there for everybody to see. Everybody. Everybody can see what you're doing. Everybody knows what you're doing. But yet still you wanna be Mr. Oh, $1 million company. You know, $1 million company. But yet still, hey, there you go. You wanna be a company? Yes. You wanna be a $1 million conglomerate? Do something about these people. Do something. Get them off of here on the real. You know, they go around, they harass folks, and it's not only just here. It's Discord. It's Discord. You know, they harass people over Discord. They harass people over Facebook. They harass people. I mean, even over Instagram. You can't get no peace. There's nothing. YouTube is nothing but a great big festering wound that's bleeding money. And they're bleeding money because the people who run it ain't worth squat. They won't help even when they're asked. That's right. I'm putting it all out there for everybody. All out there for everybody. But then you call yourself you call yourself saying, "Oh, YouTube, YouTube is so special. YouTube is like, yeah, yeah, YouTube should do its job, but it doesn't. YouTube won't do its job. Not as long as we got a bunch of money hungry sycophants in charge who won't do anything but spend money on sports cars, spend money on updates you really don't need, and won't do its job when it comes down to mediating disputes. I mean, let's be honest here, folks. Let's be honest. When it comes down to it, YouTube should be scrapped. They should be scrapped. Their governing board should be fired, and somebody else put in charge because I see this ain't working. It's like trying to wash a baby in a tub with no water. It just don't work, you know. But yet and still, you want to cast shadows on folks, right? Yet and still, you want to cast shadows on folks. You want to do exactly You want to do exactly what those other folks are doing. You want to cast shadows on folks. You want to say, "Oh, this person's bad, and I should put a copyright strike on his channel." But you never really got a chance to know the person because you don't watch the videos, you don't read the reports. It's like the reports are non-existent to you. You know, they're non-existent. I mean, yeah, you use them to justify your quarterly rate, but that's about it. For real. I mean, let's just be honest, folks, with each other for a second, if we can. You know, I bet you, even if we had a YouTube official on this panel right now talking to me, he would not be able to explain why they can't do anything about these people. Why? Because he really doesn't care. He really doesn't care. To be really 100% honest with you. No straight lace, no chase. You know? He don't care nothing about you. The money is his bottom line. As long as he can line his money with as long as he can line his pocket with your money, he don't care. And that's what the younger YouTubers don't realize. And I'm sorry that they don't realize. YouTube is basically a criminal app used for hobby and crime. They're harboring criminals basically. I mean, they let people on the street on street that do things like one guy. I don't know his name, but one guy he actually did this. He comes on, right. He's showing it. He got his kid number one, and the only time they did something about this guy was when the kid's parent came in the door and said, why do you have my kid on camera?" And the guy says, "Well, I thought it might be fun that have him on camera, but right." The thing is, YouTube can be sued for that, allowing the kid to be filmed without release and signed and everything. That's a breach of ethics. Yeah, that's also a breach of the charter too. Terms of service too. Uh huh. Yeah, I know you. You basically don't like it when I hit you with your own rules, now do you? Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it when I hit them with their own rules. They hate it when I hit them with their own rules. They don't like it that I'm bringing they're airing their little dirty laundry out. You know, it's almost. Let's face it. It's almost like they're paying people to harass us. They're paying people literally to harass us. You know, literally. But they want to talk about so-called violating. So-called to violate. Yeah, let's explore that, shall we? Yeah, we got people ban evading and stuff like that by making accounts under other names, and they're actually getting away with it. They're actually getting away with it. Why? Because they're moderating YouTubers. Their stuff ain't in danger. Why? Because YouTube don't care. YouTube only cares when you see. They don't like it when you hit them with their own rules, terms of service and stuff like that. Terms of service says that they're not allowed to like bully you in any form, but they do it. They're not allowed to broadcast your personal information, but they do it. Violation of Freedom of Information Act. Yeah, they broadcast your personal information, and then you end up getting killed as a result, right? But they move on with their day. But you're dead. You're dead. Yeah, and I've read about this, right? Where a YouTuber actually has gotten killed because one of her so-called fans went on the thing, right? And they got her personal information, doxed her, right? Got her personal information, and then they literally broadcast it online, you know, to somebody like her ex-boyfriend or something. And the guy found her address, waited for her to come home, and killed her. You know, YouTube should be held responsible. Whenever somebody gets doxxed, they should be held responsible because they allow it to happen. That's right. They allow it to happen. Terms of service don't mean dignity. They know it don't mean squat. I mean, let's be 100% honest with each other. Terms of service, they're just words to you. Not to mention people getting framed for stuff. Yeah, due to fabricated evidence. Yeah, people has gotten framed. I'm telling you, dude. It's like, why? And then you got YouTube saying, oh, if it gets terms of service for that. Oh, but by the way, copywritten music too. That aside, copywritten music and movie clips. You do allow people to use them because I've seen them. Yeah, don't try to play that. Don't try to play dumb role with me because I've seen them. I've seen them. People wrongly framed and accused for stuff they hadn't done. That's right. I've seen that too. But yet still, you guys claim it don't happen. You guys claim it don't happen. That's okay. Yeah. You want to come up, Dee? Yes, I'll let you come up. Yes, sir. Anytime you want to come up, you can come right on up. Why? Because your story should be told, man. Your story should be told. Yes, your story should be told by you. Your story should be told by you. Oh, you need to come up anyways. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's invite this. There you go, man. I sent you the link. All you gotta do is come on down. All you gotta do is come on down. I sent you the link, man. It's all up to you. Yep. Join the party. Join the party, my brother. Yeah, only you can tell you. Oh, here you go. Here you go.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
What's going on, man? Only you can tell your own story. Hey,
Yeah,
bro.
man. I have like a huge story about this. Like, I've been a YouTuber since I was 12 years old, man. Like, I've been learning computers at 8, thanks to my aunt teaching me about computers. And next thing I started at a very young age, at 12 years old. It was a long journey, and then all this other stuff that was going on, right? It all started
Yeah.
from when I was I think I was either in high school or probably was still in elementary school, one of those things. So like basically I was a content creator. I had my old channel way back before it got hacked and deleted. They didn't do nothing about it. They couldn't get it back or none of that. So that was during 2020 when they noticed that my channel was hacked and deleted. And I do have the proof for that. So next you know, I was taking some time to think about it. I was dealing with high school and then later went to college. But something told me, okay, maybe I should use my second channel. I had this channel, which used to be my second channel. Now it's my main. So now, basically, at this point, this one is the main one that's monetized. And I got monetized during my time when I was in college, before I graduated. So basically, at that point, before all of this, before I got monetized and all of that, next thing you know, I was actually dealing with like harassment from these individuals that YouTube kept allowing. I kept recording the videos and stuff. They didn't do anything about it. So the only thing they're doing is just sugarcoating this whole entire thing. And they don't even seem to realize that you're allowing criminals to basically harass disabled people and doing all these things, man. Like, y'all seriously need to do better at this. Like, it's not cool. And then plus, I'm over here struggling enough with like IRL and stuff. Like, that's not cool.
I'm helping you a lot too.
Yeah, and like not only that, I have like I have many stories I have talked about on this platform. Like many stories. And then you got individuals like this one individual who's constantly been harassing me every single freaking day, but I've been ignoring him at the same time. And the fact is, I reported this individual so many times, and YouTube, you do not seem to realize I have been literally pointing it out, and you don't care. So now I am pointing it out right now because it needs to be addressed. You need to do something about these criminals that's on this platform. You need to get rid of them because if you don't, there's going to be a huge problem. And I don't think you want that. So, respectfully, I would suggest you please do something about these criminals. Thank you. That's all I'm asking.
But then you know, they're not going to do anything. You know they're not going to do anything. Let's just be honest with each other for a second.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's put it where it really let's put it where it really is. They're not going to do anything because money is the bottom dollar, like I've been
Yep.
telling you.
Every single time. And it's always about the money.
Always about the money, you know. And when you bring it up to them, it's always, well, um, we'll try to do something. You have to report it to us. We don't know unless you tell us. We tell you.
And
We told you in so many ways. I mean, you can only report somebody so much to the point where, you're getting really tired of doing it. And YouTube just blatantly sits there and let them do. Why? Because they have a monetized account. They're not
and
even in the fear of losing it when they mess with us. It's just go ahead and do what you want to do. We don't care. Go ahead.
uh,
Point blank.
and then what makes it more interesting, funny, and clear is that they sit there, claim that they care. They got this support team and all of this stuff, and yet they have this AI monitoring and stuff. You got all of this, but you're still not able to solve the problem.
You got AI that never sleeps, never eats, never argues, don't get paid. But you can't solve one little menial problem. You got a
Mhm.
you got you got a no, you got a multi-million dollar company that's being backed by other multi-million dollar companies. You can't do squat.
Kind of reminds me of the Korex Kenshin situation.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, because remember, I noticed like when I read that video about the Korean Kenshin situation, and then all of a sudden they got caught for lying and stuff. Then next thing you know, oh, they want to age restrict not only just his video but other people's videos after the fact they was being biased or whatever. So that just kind of proved my point. They was on some BS.
You want to age restrict my videos, right? But then you're allowing the same individual to like literally say the same thing I'm saying in my video. But you age restrict my material, but you don't do the same to him. No, you don't.
And the
You
same
let
individual, right? He's been
the
saying
same.
racial slurs. He's been doing all of that.
He took my face and he made like memes out of it. Then that goes against terms of service, right?
Yeah, it sure
But
does go
yet, but
against it.
yet, but yet, still, when I report it, nothing is being done. And I reported it so much, I just got tired of writing out the reports.
Uh huh.
I mean, it's gotten so pitiful. I mean, YouTube has gotten pitiful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. If it were, man, look, I'll just tell it like it is. If it were my company, I would probably take the money and buy another company and just let this one die.
Yeah.
Seriously. Take all the
And
money out of it and let it die.
yeah.
Because YouTube ain't doing squat to help nobody. We got younger broadcasters on here, teenagers that use this form, right?
Yeah.
And they don't do anything to keep these kids safe. They don't do nothing.
And what's the point of YouTube Kids?
What's the use of YouTube kids? I mean, you're going to have them in the adult form anyway. What's the use of having them? Huh? No use. What's the use of Nick Jr.? Nick Jr. Why? At least Nick Jr. is making money from Nickelodeon. YouTube Kids is just there taking up space.
Yep.
Space and money that could be used, allocated to use for something else.
and they can use it to actually get rid
Use
of
it
these
to
criminals.
use it to get rid of these doggone people. But hey, I shouldn't tell you your business because you already know. You just don't want to do your jobs properly. It's okay.
That's all right
It's
though.
all right.
It is all good because at this point, I rest my case about this platform. I mean,
Yes, I
hey,
did.
and it's
And
other and it's already known at this point that they don't care about their creators.
I done told I done rest
Welcome
my
back,
case
love.
about it too.
Hmm.
Because you know what? When it all boils down to it, when it all boils down to it, they don't care about their creators.
My dad's pissed off.
They don't. They
I
don't care
see.
about their creators.
I told
They
him, I told him about Steve, so my fucking face, he's pissed.
Ooh. And you allow people to steal people's face and this and that. And look at this. And now another family member's pissed because you allowed it.
And my dad's pissed off too.
I mean, literally, everybody can tell at this point, y'all. Like,
My whole family is pissed off at him. My
everybody's
dad was
pissed.
like, finds out. He's dead.
Everybody wants this guy gone. Sorry to say.
No, wait till my grandparents finds out about this. Because more pissed off than everybody.
Yeah, and they want this guy. And then they claim, oh, we're gonna actually take 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes to just scope it and come back and say, oh, it violates the guidelines. I'm like, first of all, the fact is you allowed this individual to keep going. So why do you keep allowing them? And I'm not the type of person to just do any of this stuff. But the fact is, you kept allowing it. And why does everybody like us have to keep doing your job for you, YouTube? Nobody should keep doing your job. Sorry to say. I just don't think it's right that us create. Oh man.
This is pissed off.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And nobody should honestly keep doing your job, YouTube. And we keep reporting this stuff, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it, which goes to show that you don't care about your creators. You don't care about what's the best interest for people and what's right. And then you think it's okay to allow criminals like this one individual who's been harassing me for a whole year, for example, who's been lying on my name constantly every day. And not just lying about me, but also lying about others. And clearly, it has gone to show that I've literally been proving my point that you don't care. And if I report it, oh, nothing. That ain't right, man. Y'all seriously have really have dragged the bag at this point, man. Y'all been dragging the bag, man. Seriously. And what makes it so obvious, we all see the truth in front of us that hey, Dee Dee was right, man. Oh man, these people were right. And I've been literally trying so hard to live my life in peace. So the thing is, the only reason I'm on here because I'm monetized. Other than that, I wouldn't have no reason to stay on here. And the only other reason why I'm monetized because it's kind of like my side hustle. I can earn money some sort of way, which I do earn money on here, apparently. But no, the fact is, with YouTube, they think everything is about them. They always want to twist the story of